Welcome back to Screen. America has a long history of making celebrities out of the most unlikely people. For example, a Holocaust survivor became the country's most famous sex therapist. Graham, over to you.
Well, Margaret, Ask Dr. Ruth chronicles the life story of Dr. Ruth Westheimer, who, after surviving the Holocaust and losing both her parents in concentration camps and even becoming a sniper in the Israeli War of Independence, did indeed become America's most famous sex therapist. Now 90, a best-selling writer, her extraordinary media career has also spanned radio and television. Her place at the forefront of the sexual revolution with her uninhibited approach to sex therapy and education saw her transform the conversation around sexuality. As director and producer Ryan White shows, she was funny, frank and direct when it came to matters of sexuality, and especially her assertion of female desire in an era when it was seldom voiced. Her advice was delivered in the often imitated, thickly German accented voice, which the Wall Street Journal once described as a cross between Henry Kissinger and Minnie Mouse. Her groundbreaking program, Sexually Speaking, on music station WYNY 97 FM, made her famous for both her forthright advice and the way she normalised the use of words like penis and vagina on the air so reassuringly. Her rise to fame so rapid she became almost ubiquitous on TV talk shows, delighting and alarming hosts like Johnny Carson and Conan O'Brien with both her wit and her candour. Book deals followed, a board game and even her own TV series, yet somehow Ruth Westheimer managed to stay the same person, seemingly untouched by fame. White's film is a highly entertaining biography of this irrepressible woman, a force of nature who never seems to stop moving. Let's go, her favourite expression. Ask Dr. Ruth is roughly chronological in style, intercutting the story of her life and the many tragedies she lived through with interviews at the Washington Heights apartment where she's lived for decades. These Westheimer largely conducts with herself, narrating her own movie, while constantly making sure her crew has enough to eat. She talks at length about her 3 marriages, the third to Fred Westheimer, the longest and happiest, and also about her children and grandchildren. She insists that she's an apolitical figure, and at one point goes so far as to say that she doesn't consider herself a feminist, never wanting to alienate people of different persuasions she might be able to help, accepting the term a non-radical feminist after prompting from her granddaughter. She's simply a delight.
She is a delight. She is an amazing woman. I've never encountered her before. I mean, I've never watched her on television or anything like that. And I was, absolutely privileged to meet her and have this insight into her life. You know, a 10-year-old. She is smuggled over the border into Switzerland and into an orphanage. Getting letters from her parents, and then the letters stop.
Yes.
And it is a reminder of how really ugly that time was, particularly for little Jewish girls like that, and her parents, who didn't survive. So I just, and to emerge from that. But you can tell, even at that stage, she has a really determined attitude. And
she's going to do things and she's going to help people.
Yeah.
And she even discards one husband because of it. Yeah. She just leaves him and he wasn't good enough. I'm going to America. Goodbye.
Yeah. Well, she's forceful.
Yeah.
And you feel she's been a force of nature all her life, actually. And, she did a lot for women. She did a lot for gays. Particularly during the AIDS crisis.
Yes, true.
And so, she's been really a force for a lot of good in her life.
I just love the way she wants to feed everybody. She can be in the middle of an interview.
She's a real Jewish mama.
Well, she's there with Johnny Carson and she says, "Have you had something to eat?" "Oh, you look very thin, my boy."
No, she's absolutely an admirable woman. And I would give this documentary 4 stars.
I'll give it 4 as well. It's absolutely terrific.
There is no such thing as retiring for me. Hello? Say the word sex with more emotion. I have an obligation to live large and make a dent in this world. At 90, still talking about sex from morning till night.